public vote.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 0 points.
Hello, and welcome to I'm Sorry, 0 Points, Season 5, Episode 4, with me, Adrian.
And me, Seamus.
How you doing, Seamus?
I'm surviving.
Oh, just surviving.
I'm a little hungover.
A little tired and emotional, are we?
A little bit tired, quite emotional, and I don't know how I'm going to get through this episode.
Okay, well, hopefully I can guide you through it. Now, that's not really a good thing. Normally, it's usually the other way around. Okay, so listeners, this could go anyway, so stick with us.
Stick with us. I'm just a bit fragile today, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm good.
It is.
Shake it off. As Tay
Yeah.
says, shake it off. Shake it off.
What an inspiration she is. Like, what does she talk about when she says shake it off? Shake it. Is it her money?
Probably.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so look, I know I'm like a lot of people taking a step back from the Eurovision world, but there's an awful lot happening in the Eurovision world. We are really in the busy part of the national selections.
They were coming at us left, right, and centre last weekend.
And
You
this
couldn't
weekend.
move for a national final.
I know. Here a national final, there a national final, everywhere a national final. Yeah, so it was like, for the last 2 weekends, it's been very, very busy. So we have a lot of reviews this week, Seamus, isn't that right?
We do. We'll be catching up with our reviews. We do. And obviously, like we said before, we'll be coming to you fortnightly from now on, between now and May. So yes, we are catching up with the reviews. And in this episode, we have 4 songs to review. We are going to be reviewing the songs from Greece, Croatia, Belgium, and Austria.
So we have 4 songs this week, okay? So we have a lot to get through.
We do indeed. And we better get to it, I guess. Adrian, where are we off to first?
We are off to the sunny country of Greece first. So following a major revamp of their selection process, Greece will be represented by the singer Akylas with the song Ferto. Akylas won the newly rebranded national final, Sing for Greece 2026. Very original. He dominated the competition by sweeping the top marks from the Greek jury, the international jury, and the public televote. So Akylas is a Greek singer and songwriter from Syros in northern Greece. He has built his career through a mix of formal training, international experience, and digital presence. He studied at the Music School of Syros and participated in theatre workshops to hone his stage presence. Before his mainstream breakthrough, he worked as a singer on cruise ships and also studied at a culinary school. He first gained significant public attention in 2021 through TikTok, where his song covers often feature him playing the ukulele went viral. In 2022, he competed in the 8th season of The Voice of Greece. He has released several singles that established his multicultural contemporary sound. Akylas has spoken openly about his queer identity, noting how his past experiences with bullying helped strengthen his character. He acknowledges that he uses his public platform and his music, including his entry Ferto, to promote messages of self-expression, acceptance, and love. Written by Akylas and Orpheus Norris, with music by Papa Denise, Akylas, and TO3, Ferto, which translates to Bring It, explores greed and the endless pursuit of more in a society that constantly suggests nothing is ever enough. It is a story about consumerism, gratitude, and recognizing the value of what we already have. Greece is scheduled to perform in the first semi-final on May 12th. Let's have a listen.
Ακόμη κι όλα δεν είναι αρκετά. Θέλω τόσα πολλά που δεν είναι απτά. Θέλω δόξα, ονειότητα και λεφτά. Ρούχα επιλεγμένα που είναι τόσο ακριβά. Να φωνάζουν το όνομά μου τόσο δυνατά. Και να χορεύω τόσο παψίλα. Ferto, Ferto, θέλω οπότε Ferto, Ferto, Ferto. Αν δεν το έχω Ferto.
So Seamus, what do you think of Ferto by Akylas?
Wow, Greece, what is going on here? Okay, do you know, it kind of makes me think this is the Greek version of Psy and Gangnam Style. That's kind of what I got from this, okay?
Hmm.
Um, so when I first listened to the song, all I could think of was that it was the kind of a song that you would hear in like the background of a car game on like the PlayStation or Nintendo. You know, that kind of
Hmm.
music, that kind of beat.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it reminded me of. So very much gamified computer elements. And then of course, when you see it on the stage, it is very kind of gamified and the computer graphics in the background behind him. So I can kind of see where he was going with that kind of vibe. Okay, so like this isn't my typical type of song, to be honest, but I do appreciate it for what it is. And I
And
know
what is it, Seamus? What is it? Tell us.
what
What
is
is
it?
it?
Well, it's a melange of stuff. That's what it is.
It's-
But one thing I know, the public are absolutely going to lap this up at Eurovision. I
Yep.
think this will do very well with the public. Juries, not so sure about, but I can see this in the top 10 in the final of Eurovision.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Okay.
I suppose what I liked about it personally, I loved the Greek music, the instruments in the background of the chorus. Really liked that. I must say, I also do love the level of sass and camp that Akylas brings to the performance as well. I feel like
Yeah.
it's just the right amount of sass and camp. So I really
Okay.
like that. And I also think when I'm in Vienna in May, I'm probably going to see a lot of people walking around with kind of like those cat ear caps and the yellow fluffy boots that he was wearing in his performance. So I'm expecting to see that a lot of that in Vienna. What I wasn't
Hmm.
expecting was the
Oh,
change in tempo of the song. You know, when it comes towards the
yes.
end of the song and
Yes.
suddenly we go
Yes.
into this kind of ballad verse, and I was like,
Hmm.
what? Where is this coming from? So that really threw me completely. And
Did you hurt yourself?
I, no, I didn't hurt myself, thank
Hmm.
God.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm just not sure is it needed, to be honest. I just thought it really threw the song. And I was like, what's going on here? So I wasn't too sure about that. Then, of course, I actually went and read the lyrics.
Yes. You have to
And
know the context.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I always do that last kind of because I kind of just want to go with the feel of the song first. And then I
Yeah.
went and read the lyrics. And sure, then I was nearly in a mess after reading the lyrics because I actually knew what she was talking about. And I was like, oh,
Yes.
oh
Yeah.
gosh, that's actually lovely.
Yes.
So yeah, not my kind of song, but I think overall, really good job. And for sure, this is going to do well in the Eurovision final. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I agree it's going to do well. But I also agree that this is not my type of song. For me, I've written down here Crazy Frog meets Eurovision.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I think this is. It has me totally confused, and it's an age thing, if I'm being totally honest, right? So this represents the current viral nature of music in general, I think, at the moment. Um, and this is this year's Tommy Cash or Used Klein. You know, this is
Mm,
the fun song of 2026, I guess. But that is the way the world is, and that's how Eurovision is now. So, you know, I just need to accept it and stop being a grumpy old fart. So this is kind of very, very of its time, I guess. Which Eurovision does represent, you
mm,
know. The other confusing thing about this is, you know, people looking into Eurovision for the first time again. We constantly talk about this. We are fans of the Eurovision. You know, we're looking at this really from really December till May. Um, you know, people go, "Oh, is this a joke, or does it
mm,
have an important message?" And because it's in Greek, will that important message, you know, or is it a spot-on social commentary that is kind of lost? Will it be lost on the audience? And I think it does have a message, you know,
mm, yeah.
and I think so things I like him, I like the energy, I like the message of the song. Like you, I like the computer game music. You know, you do feel like you're in a computer game or he is a character in a computer game. And I do like the bridge piece where he sings to his mother, and that is um, you know, to relate it to the song, you know, that's what the song is about. And consumerism when is enough and you know appreciate what you have kind of thing, and that's what I don't like about the song. I think the message gets lost in the
Yeah.
song. um and I also find the song incredibly annoying, if I'm being honest, all right. So there's the two things I
Don't hold
don't think.
back.
No, but I just think it is annoying, you know. I get it. And, this will be the song where I know I'm not going to be in it, but like I could see myself in, the Euro Club and everybody going crazy and me like with a grin going, just get through the next 3 minutes. It'll be over. It's like, oh, this is so much fun when I don't particularly like. But, you can't help but there's something about him, he
He's
is
very
fun.
likable.
Yeah, yeah. And I think he's been true to himself and he is authentic, and I think that's all really, really positive for this
Mm,
song. I look it is going to do very well. Jury's not so sure, public will love it.
mm.
Children will love it. 90s kids will love this song. And I have no doubt Cyprus will love this song. So, it's going to do well. And yeah, I just have to accept that.
Yeah.
And good luck to them. Because this
And
is an important message. But I think they need to get the staging right. I don't think the staging is strong enough. And I'm sure they will lift it hugely to get the message of the song across.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I do wonder will the message land, and it probably won't, I think, but look, it'll still do well anyway,
yeah,
and look, it'll continue what has been a good set of results for Greece over the past few years. So,
absolutely. You love a good Greek entry, don't you?
oh, I do, I do. Sure, I'd love to go to
Yeah,
Greece for Eurovision to be lovely.
that would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we off to next, Seamus?
Well, I'd also love to go to this place for Eurovision too, Croatia. So
Oh,
Croatia chose its Eurovision representative through their national final Dora. So when all the votes were counted, it was Lelek were announced the winners and their song Andromeda. Lelek are an all-female folk pop band from Zagreb, made up of Inka, Judita, Corina, Lara, and Marina. So they've been together since 2024, and the group combine elements of traditional Croatian music and Croatian folk motifs with a modern pop sound. Their artistic focus is to preserve Slavic music and cultural heritage. So they were also in Dora last year, and they finished fourth then with the song The Soul of My Soul. But they've gone and done one better this year, and they won Dora after they topped both the jury and public vote with their song Andromeda. So Andromeda is a song that explores themes of resistance and human dignity. The song is about war, displacement, trauma, survival, and aiming for a place far removed from pain. Lelek will sing for Croatia in the first semi-final on Tuesday the 12th of May, so let's have a listen to Andromeda.
Noge su suze potekle ko rijeka, zašto se piše povijest iz početka? Sinovi naši nisu podanici, da li nas noću bude iz koljevke krici? Uzmi me sebi, kraljice zemlja, tvoja je duša, njima sam tijelo, vodi me do zvijezda, porušenih gnijezda, tamo gdje uz krike isprate vojnike, vodi me do zvijezda, daleko od pogleda, Andromeda.
Now, Adrian, what do you make of Andromeda by Lelek for Croatia?
okay. I suppose the first thing I'll say are the group, the Croatian Tattoo-Nitis or the Croatian Vesna, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities. I do like this. I think it's really interesting. I think great vocals and harmonies, and that's really what the song musically is about. I think, they're very talented. I think juries will really like this, so I think that's a real plus for them in terms of qualifying for the final. Um, in my mind, it has a lot of potential, but I think, some elements that they need to work on to really, really push this up. I thought it was just me, and I've listened and listened and listened again to this song because this is the type of thing that I would typically just love and have no qualms about it. But I love the first two-thirds of the song, as it's building. And then as it builds towards the end, I think the vocals are competing with the music, which comes across as very loud and shouty. And just think that they need to complement each other rather than compete. Because I just think they need to work on the arrangement towards the end of the song. I think the staging worked for the national final, but I don't think they should repeat it for Eurovision. considering what you said, the introduction, the origins, and the context of the song, it's steeped in Croatian history and culture, and regionally, it will mean a lot in that part of Europe. But I can't see it appealing outside of that unless they do change it, the staging of it. They've used visuals that we've seen before, like face paints, the graphics, the movement, the smoke, the long dresses, all that. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was bad and it suited the national final, but I just think it's not interesting enough for a mass appeal. And I would definitely ditch the grey dresses. Terrible. Because, they're a good looking group. They've great vocals. I just think that they need to pare it back a little bit. And I just think that they should actually showcase their vocals and their harmonies a little bit more. Because I think that's the essence of the song. It's really vocal song. And the comparisons that I made at the very beginning, there's one thing that they can learn from Tasha Moises and Vesna is that they can come up with simple yet interesting staging visuals that complements the amazing vocals. And if they do that, I think this will be a strong performance. What did you think?
I really like listening to the song, but
Yeah.
I struggled a lot with the staging. I thought the staging was horrendous, in my opinion. So yeah, loves the song, love the powerful vocals, and yes, like you said, they can all sing.
Mm.
So I've no problem with the singing, but I just felt a huge disengagement between the song and the staging, for me anyway. I thought the lighting was all wrong. Half the time the singers were actually not lit properly, or they were kind of in the shadows, and maybe they were trying to go for that look, but it
Mm.
didn't look right. I just felt it was badly staged. Like you, I didn't like their costumes. I actually would have preferred if they wore something very similar to their music video, which were more kind of white cloak outfits and light grey. I didn't like what they were wearing in the national final.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Seamus.
just the
Is the
graphics are just
hangover getting to you, or what's the
the
story?
hangover is getting to me. I'm struggling, and I'm
Sorry,
struggling with
Lelek.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just overall, I thought visually it felt muddy and gloomy were the words that came to my mind.
Ooh.
And yes, this song is about survival and war and displacement and all those kind of gloomy topics.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a really good song, and they
Hmm.
sing really well. But just the staging took it away. I don't know, the staging took away from the song in my eyes. I like the symbols on their hands and their faces and stuff like that. I don't mind them. But yeah, I think for me, to sum it up, I like the song, and I think the song could do well in Eurovision, but they need to go back to the drawing board and start again with the staging and the presentation of it.
Yeah. I suppose it's an ethnic song, really,
Mm.
for that region. But to give it mass appeal, they need to do something a little bit more modern. In that region, it'll be understood and there will be an appeal there. But I just think they just need to freshen it up. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it just, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Start again with the staging. Go back to the drawing board,
Oh,
girls. And yeah.
okay. Wow. Okay. Somebody's a
Sorry,
little
Lelek.
grumpy today. Somebody's a little grumpy. You need to go and get chips or something from the chipper.
Oh,
Don't
stop.
you?
Yum. Right. Let's move on quickly. Where are we off to next?
We are off to Belgium next. And so, after failing to qualify for the grand final in the last 2 years, Belgium is under pressure to break their non-qualifier streak. So this year, the singer Essyla was internally selected by the French-speaking broadcaster RTBF to perform her song Dancing on the Ice in Vienna. Essyla is the stage name of Alice van Isbeck, is a 29-year-old singer-songwriter from Paraguay. She grew up in a musical environment and attended the Royal Institute of Music in Namur, where she refined her vocal technique. She rose to prominence as a finalist on the ninth season of The Voice Belgique, where she finished as the runner-up to Jeremy McCasey, who represented Belgium at Eurovision 2022. Following The Voice, she began building a solo career while working as a backing vocalist for established artists, including her former coach on The Voice, Tiff Barrow, and rapper Bendo. In 2023, she released her debut single, Let You Go. The same year, she released her first EP, I'll Be Okay. Dancing on the Ice is an atmospheric electropop track written by Essyla along with Nicolas Devel, Emil Stengela, and Barbara Petitjean. The song is described as an anthem for the resilience and optimism of the younger generation. It uses the metaphor of dancing on the ice to represent moving forward and dreaming despite the fragilities and cracks in the modern world. Essyla is the first solo female artist to represent Belgium this decade, and she is scheduled to perform in the first semi-final. Let's have a listen.
Got King Winter in my bag. Gotta keep going on the track. Sunscreen that sticks on wet bodies. Ice cream melting on my blue jeans. Melting on my blue jeans. I want love, but I'm not loyal. Call me queen, though I'm not royal. Won't you go? What if I'm all alone? I keep dancing on the ice where everything dies, frozen to the bone. I keep dancing on the ice, 'cause I feel alive. I'm satisfied. Keep dancing on the ice. Keep dancing on the ice.
So, Seamus, what do you think of Essyla and Dancing on the Ice?
So my feelings towards this are kind of the opposite of Croatia and Andromeda. Okay, so while
Is that a good or a bad thing? I'm not quite sure.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. So with Croatia, I
Tense.
like the song, but not the staging. With Belgium, I don't like the song, but I think good staging could save this song.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't like the song,
Okay.
okay, but I do
Okay.
think staging could help it from non-qualification.
Okay,
So
now
we
I'm
obviously,
just a little confused now. Just go back there for 1 second. So Croatia, you like the song, don't like the staging.
yeah,
Belgium,
I don't like the song, but
the
I think
song,
staging could
staging
save
could
this.
save it.
Now,
Okay,
obviously,
right.
we haven't seen Essyla perform this live yet, so we
Yes,
don't
we
know
have
what she's
not.
going to do.
Yeah.
But I can imagine if this had good staging, it would really help the song because, in my opinion, let's be honest, this song needs help. Okay,
Oh,
this
let's be honest now. Right.
this
Okay.
is a nothing song to me. I don't like this at all. Like, what the hell is it about? Like, and I heard your description of it there, so that was really interesting. I think this is a bit of a nonsense song, to be honest. Okay, and it
A
feels,
nothing song.
yeah, I think this feels really artificial, this song, and it has no point of view, and it doesn't tell us anything about Essyla as an artist. So that's why I think staging will really need to be good to save this song. Like, I was listening to it and I was like, I've heard this before. This sounds like something Moldova or Romania or Lithuania would have sent 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, sorry. For me, this is a non-qualifier unless they have cracking staging to save it.
This is a bad hangover. Sorry, Essyla.
Sorry, Belgium. I think you'll be another non-qualifier this year too. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry. Save it, Adrian. Can you save it?
Well, can I save it? Look, we haven't heard this live. Okay, so the only available viewing or hearing of this is just a studio track. I think as a studio track, I really like it. Yeah, you don't have to think very hard about it, right? So what I love about it is the beat and the music in the song. I do think that some of the lyrics are really suspect. You're like going, what exactly are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think again, you know, we're reading off PR for the meanings of the songs. I don't quite get that from the song either. So I do agree with you. I think Belgium are in a bit of a quandary because you know the way there's the Flemish side of the broadcasters and there's the French, and they have very different opinions about
Yeah.
their participation, I guess, this year. So the Flemish commentator is not going to Vienna, so you will be broadcasting from studio. So, I just don't think there's a lot of agreement there, and I think this is just, maybe a case of we need to send somebody.
Yes.
And it was an internal selection.
Because
I
there
do
was
feel
talks they
sorry.
were going to send Lelek again,
Yes,
but
and
then
that didn't
that
happen.
didn't happen.
Yeah,
So yeah, I do feel
yeah,
like Essyla has just been plucked from nowhere. Maybe said, "Yeah, you'll go, won't you?"
yeah. But then does that represent an opportunity for her? I think, of course, it does. I'm interested to see what this will look like live because this could be really. I do like this type of music. This is the kind of song now that I actually did start kind of like, oh, doing the moves, whatever the moves are, but we don't know what the moves are yet because we haven't seen them on the staging. So I think the music is great. The lyrics are suspect. I'm intrigued. I don't really know what to think about this. I think you're right. Maybe it is. It's harsh and nothing song, but
Sorry, I just didn't like it
yeah,
when I listened to it. I was like, oh God,
yeah.
oh God.
And
Suppose I
then
could
we've got
see, I could visual in my head, I can visual if it's got good staging, I think that will do wonders for the song because just the
yes.
song on its own, I'm sorry.
To me, the last two songs that they had were good enough for the final. I thought last year's song, the way they staged it, Red Sebastian, was brilliant. And it didn't qualify. And I know Musty didn't qualify either, but again, not a bad song. So I think the problem, too mainstream is the problem. These are two mainstream songs. In Eurovision, it needs to have something quirky, it needs to be something a little different, whether it needs to be ethnic sounding, whether it needs to be, I don't like kind of jokey, funny,
Mhm.
or it needs to be hard rock, or if it's going to be something mainstream, it needs to have something incredible about staging, like Loreen, for example. So vanilla, maybe we'll go back to
Mm.
vanilla. Yeah,
Vanilla Ninja?
yeah, and it's like it's one thing for sure. We know you don't like vanilla anyway, so. Yeah, bit of kink. Throw a bit of kink in there, Belgium,
Yeah,
and Seamus will
Essyla.
love it.
Come out in bondage gear or something, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow, yeah, that'd be cool.
And dancing on the
Or
ice rink.
that's what I was thinking. I was like going, okay, maybe I'm being affected by the Winter Olympics, but I was kind of thinking there has to be ice, and there has to be like, something like that about the staging. I was kind of thinking, maybe you should be come out curling. Like
Oh,
sweeping
that's
the ice.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. And be like, yeah, I think something like that. Because I'm all about the curling. I love it.
Oh, who doesn't
So
love
yeah,
curling?
I know. Interesting times ahead, I think, for Belgium, but they need to
Mm,
lift it, I think is the,
mm.
yeah.
Good luck to
Okay,
them.
Seamus, how is the hangover? How are you holding up? Are you all
I'm
right?
nearly there. I'm surviving. I'm nearly there. One more country to go.
Yes, and what is that country, Seamus?
We're off to Austria next, and they are the host nation, obviously, this year in Vienna. So they held their national final, Wir sind für Österreich, to settle their Eurovision representative. And Cosmo was victorious after he won the public vote and came second with the jury vote. So he was born in Hungary but grew up in Austria. Cosmo, whose real name is Benjamin Gedeon, started playing the piano when he was 6, and as a teenager, he started vocal lessons and writing his own songs. In 2022, he reached the final of The Voice Kids in Germany, and now he's set to represent Austria on home soil in Vienna with his song Tanzschein, so which means dance certificate. So talking about the song, Cosmo said he had an experience in a club where I was so excited to finally go, and suddenly nobody was dancing. And this song is about clubs being about dancing again, and you only getting in with a dance pass. Thanks to JJ's victory with Wasted Love last year, Cosmo is guaranteed a place in the Eurovision final on the 16th of May. So let's have a listen to his song.
Tanzschein, da muss ich streng sein, weil ohne Tanzschein lass ich sie nicht rein. Haben Sie einen Tanzschein? Das soll kein Witz sein, weil ohne Tanzschein, da kommen Sie nicht rein. Ich schließ die Augen, dann bin ich Clubbesitzer. Und auf der schwarzen Liste stehen die Steroidenspritzer. Und auch wenn sie nur bellen und eigentlich gar nicht beißen, ja, das ist hier die Regel, Hunde müssen draußen bleiben. So kann es jeden Tag sein, wir tanzen durch die Nacht und Löwen sehe ich gar kein. Draußen macht sich wer zum Affen, doch der Türsteher sagt mit einem Lachen: Sie brauchen einen Tanzschein, da muss ich streng sein, weil ohne Tanzschein lass ich sie nicht rein. Haben Sie einen Tanzschein? Das soll kein Witz sein, weil ohne Tanzschein, da kommen Sie nicht rein.
Adrian, what do you make of Cosmo and Tanzschein?
If I was putting money on a 0 points, right now this would be what I would be putting money on in the
Oh,
final. They're already there, obviously. I'm going to be honest with you. I've only heard this song in the last 24 hours, right? Because I had to write the review for this. So I went on, looked at YouTube, and I was like going, is this the actual song? I couldn't believe it, actually. Initially, I was amazed how cheap this looks. I actually couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. I was like, this is getting 0 points without a doubt. And I was like, there won't be back-to-back wins for Austria. I was like, that's a cert. Then I reflected. And
Oh,
sometimes Seamus on reflection, I was like, it kind of turned from like what I just said, going, this hasn't a hope, to I was kind of quietly admiring Cosmo. I was like, this guy's only 19. He obviously had no budget. Yet he won the televote. I do like the energy that he brings to this and the upbeat nature of the song. And he can sing for sure. So, well done, Cosmo, on that particular piece. And I know this type of song is popular in some countries, and will have its fans. The Germans will love this. I think Austria obviously love it. I know they can't vote for themselves, but there will be people who really like this. But to be taken seriously, they need to do something about staging. I mean, they need to cut back on a few LEDs or something from the main stage in Eurovision and spend a bit of money on this, because I'm sorry to say this, but to me it looked like a joke. And I don't like saying stuff like that, but it did look really bad. Um, so if they decide they have budget for this, I think they could really elevate the song really, really well. I don't think all is lost, is what I'm trying to say, but they need to really elevate the song, and they need to tell the story of the song in the staging, bringing people out in jeans and t-shirts and a paper mask, dressed up as animals, ain't going to work. Take last year, take JJ, the presentation of that song. Oh my God, amazing.
mm.
Um, and I was like, if I was one of those dancers, I would want to be wearing that mask, because I wouldn't want my face being shown. I'm saying that as a joke, and I know people go, "Oh, you're being too," but like, I mean, come on, you're the host nation. Elevate this, elevate it a lot. Who knows after that? But I'm looking forward to hearing what you think, Seamus. That's enough from me. Now you're hungover as well, so I want it.
I have a lot to say about this now.
Oh, good. Tell us more. Tell
Unleash,
everybody.
unleash.
Yeah, unleash.
So, well, I think I this won't get 0 points. I think this will get points, I think.
Okay.
But so firstly, I had the misfortune of watching the full Wir singt
Now,
for Österreich. 3 hours of my
now,
life I will never get back,
okay, so
unfortunately.
that's what I also thought. I was like, good, this one. So I was like, what was the rest of it like?
Well, there you go. It was a
Okay.
tough watch, can I just say? The
Okay.
presenters were stiff. So it was
Oh,
Elise, who presented Eurovision back in 2015, and Caesar Sampson, who came third for Austria in 2018. So they
how
were
stiff
stiff,
was Caesar?
quite stiff. The
Okay.
audience were also very stiff and muted, and the
Oh.
songs were an incredibly low standard, all of the songs. The three panelists were on drugs because they thought every song was great and they were nice and positive about every
Oh,
song.
was it the late, late panel?
It was a
Everybody
bit like
was,
that, yeah. But
oh,
I was
great.
like, they are on drugs. Or they were just blatantly lying, actually, because they were saying everything was great and positive, and they were like, "Oh, it's such diverse music we have in Austria." I was like, "Ah, get a grip, lads." So that was horrendous. The whole thing was horrendous. And actually, Cosmo was probably the best of a bad lot, if I'm being
Well,
honest.
then, that's why he won. Well
He
done,
won.
Cosmo. Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised that he won in one way because I wasn't sure if the public would vote for him. But I'm kind of glad he won, to be honest. Look, he's a cool guy, very fun guy, very young, very creative, very quirky. I think that will stand to him at Eurovision. His song is fun. My Deutsch ist nicht so gut, so I don't understand the lyrics fully, but it's clear that he wants to dance and have fun and enjoy himself. And
Yes.
I think that comes across in the performance. Um, and actually, I didn't mind the staging because I kind of felt like the staging kind of saved the song a little bit. Now, yes, it needs work, but actually, the song on its own, if you just listen to the song on its own, it's not very memorable. But with the staging, that kind of made it memorable for me. I actually like the masks. I don't mind the masks, but I did find the jeans and t-shirts weird. I'm like, why do they have masks, but then
Okay.
they just have jeans and t-shirts? That was weird. And the random, I kind of weirdly loved the random jumping around on the stage. Like it felt like there was no routine to the dancing. I was like, what is going on? But I was kind of here for it. I was like, actually, okay, do it.
Oh,
Go on, live your best life.
that's that's how you roll now. It's
That's how
all
I
about
roll
the
now.
spontaneity. Yeah.
Because he's like that. Like he's very. I'd say he probably gets ADHD or something. Do you know the way he was kind of bouncing around, and I kind of was like, okay, this is Cosmo. This is his vibe. He's clearly a
Yeah.
very quirky, fun guy. Now I also loved, and you know how I love to see recycling in Eurovision. I do
Yes.
love how he recycled Gina G's dress into a lovely top. I thought that was a nice
Yes.
move. Yeah.
Obviously, he's a lot taller than Jimmy G, so it just came down to his waist.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
dress on her, it was a belly top on him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
Yes.
all just
Yeah.
a bit mad, to be honest. But I'm kind of
Yeah.
here for it. And like Akylas and Ferto for Greece, I think this
Mhm.
will do well with the public as well. Juries, not so
Yeah.
sure, but I do think the public will like this. And
I don't
actually,
know. I don't know. I think the public just go for one. Do you know what I mean?
it might
It's
split votes,
yeah,
perhaps,
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
But the one thing I found very funny, and someone on our socials made a comment about this, and it's actually quite true, I think. I think this is a modern day version of Alf Peuer, who represented Austria in 2003. Do you remember him with the song
No.
Wilder Mensch Salt? And he had like
Oh yeah, that old classic.
cardboard animals on the stage. And I was like,
Okay.
actually, that's kind of true. It is a bit of a modern version of Alf Peuer. Now, he came sixth in 2003. Now, I don't think Cosmo's
Okay.
going to come sixth, but look,
Yeah.
Cosmo, best of luck to you.
Yeah, well, they have to do something with it though. I
They do
mean,
have
they
to do
have to.
something
Yeah,
to it,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I am kind of here for the quirkiness. I'm here for Cosmo.
That's you all over. You're just crazy sometimes like
Oh,
that.
wild, wild. This is what
Crazy,
hangovers do to me.
edgy. Yeah. You need to get salty chips.
Immediately.
And a can of Coke. Yeah.
Absolutely full fat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good. None of that zero stuff when you're hungover. Yeah.
So yeah, good luck to you,
Okay.
Cosmo. But for sure, ORF definitely don't want to win Eurovision again.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. 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 It's
And
not.
would you
It's
blame
not.
them? No, I wouldn't.
No. No. Oh God. I'd say they're like, oh, of all years. Anyway. Yeah, Seamus, you made it through. You made it through. Well
Oh
done,
my
you.
God, I survived.
Yes. Very proud of you.
Thank
Very
you.
proud of
Thank
you.
you. I'm not sure
Okay.
some of the countries are proud
Mhm.
of my reviews, but anyway,
Well, yeah, I'd say you could be getting the hate mail this week. Yay!
for a
Makes
change.
it for a change. Yeah.
All right. As
Okay.
usual, we have to end the episode by giving out our 0 points of the week. Adrian, what or who is annoying you this week?
Well, I know what is annoying me. I just don't know who was annoying me, right? Yeah. So don't know who this person is. I doubt they listen to the podcast. I doubt this they'll ever hear about this. But so I was just driving home the other evening, and you know, in Dublin, there's a lot of traffic in Dublin. We don't have very wide streets, so there's not a huge amount of space. So, you
Mm,
know, when you see bike lanes, they should be respected.
mhm.
And, you know, normally people go, oh, there's always an issue between cyclists and motorists. My issue, I was in my car, I was stuck in traffic. So, you know, you're stuck in traffic and you're looking around. So you have time to look around. It was dark. That's the first thing. So it was evening time. So I spotted this, the only way I could describe it, dope, right? Walking in the bicycle lane
Oh,
in complete black clothes, smoking his vape, like the cool dude he is, videoing himself on a phone call, you know, FaceTiming somebody.
oh,
And next thing, the cyclists start coming, and you know, it was on a hill, so the cyclists are coming at speed. And I was like, wow, they had to avoid him. And he didn't move.
oh my God.
To his right hand side, what was there? A footpath with nobody on it. But no, no, Mr. Cool Dude had to FaceTime and vape and walk in the cycle lane during rush hour traffic in Dublin. So whoever you are, you're a dope.
Yes,
So you're getting my zero
absolute dope.
points. Yeah. What about you, Seamus?
So my 0 points is going to the bane of my life at the moment. And that is,
Piles. Oh no, sorry.
no, not piles.
Oh, sorry.
No, ethical approval for my dissertation. Oh, sweet Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
okay. Hold on a second now. Ethical approval for your
Yes.
dissertation.
So As you know, I'm
What
doing a
does that mean
dissertation
now?
from my master's, and
Yes.
in order to do my dissertation, I have to submit ethical approval. So I have to submit this like 40-page document about my dissertation, why I'm doing it, what I want to get out of it, who I'm going to interview for it, the ethical issues around that. I mean, sweet mother of Jesus, it is red tape and tick boxing to the extreme. And I thought this would be, oh yeah, great, I'll submit it and I'll get it approved straight away. Oh no, I'm now on the second version of it. I've had to resubmit, get comments, resubmit again. And everyone in my class is the same. We're all having a nightmare about this.
And hold on a second. I don't understand it right, so, but just why do you have to get ethical approval? Is that not the whole point of education that you're supposed to explore
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're doing research, depending on who you're doing the research on, like if
Oh,
they're
okay,
under
now.
18 or over 18, or
Okay,
what's the
now I get
topic?
you.
Sorry, yeah,
Okay,
what's
yeah,
the
yeah,
topic? All that. But like,
yeah.
it's where I was doing like groundbreaking research. I'm not. I'm literally
Okay,
interviewing some students who are adults over 18, and the topic isn't very like harmful or anything like that.
okay.
So it's
So,
just the
so no
bane
animals
of
will
my
be
life.
harmed in your dissertation.
No animals and students will be harmed in the making of my
Okay,
dissertation.
that's a bit annoying when you're trying to just get on with it, I
Well,
presume.
this is it because you can't get on with it because you can't actually do any interviews
Okay,
or surveys
okay.
until you get the approval. So, yes, it's very stressful at the moment.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay. I can see you're dealing with it well, podcasting, drinking excessively, nights out, yeah. I think it's
Whatever
really
way I
help.
can cope.
Yeah, and then junk food this evening, I guess. So,
Yes,
I think it's really healthy way you're dealing with it. Good for you.
suddenly Seamus checks into rehab.
I've had enough. So like, oh
I
my
can't
God.
cope with this shit anymore.
I'm just like going this year, like one bad Eurovision song away from a breakdown, by the sounds of it. I hope
And there's
next or
many
two
of those
weeks.
songs, are there?
Yeah, so you're dancing on the ice. Ah, did you like
Yes.
that?
And it's very fragile. It's about to crack the
Very
ice.
fragile, very fragile. Wow. Okay, well, hopefully we'll get to our next episode, listeners. Who knows? Seamus, are you able to tell the listeners where they can connect with us if they want to?
Of course, listeners, remember to give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. Just search Sorry 0 Points. And we will be back in 2 weeks' time. In the next episode, we'll actually be remembering Spain at the Eurovision Song Contest. So remember to follow us on Instagram and share your thoughts of your favourite and worst Spanish songs at Eurovision.
And I'll be sending on the link for the GoFundMe for Seamus's rehabilitation.
All
So,
donations gratefully appreciated.
yeah. Seriously, everybody, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you next time.